Yo, what's going on, ladies and gents? My name is Jorge. Thank you for joining. Today I got a quick video on the new Air Max 90 that is part of this Air Sprung capsule. A few other Air Max 90s in the past have gotten this Air Sprung treatment, and now we're getting it with the Air Max 90, which is one of my favorite Air Max silhouettes. So I'm very excited about this one. I like the details. So let's go ahead and take a quick in-hand look, and we'll be right back here in a second. And again, we got the Air Max 90 Air Sprung here today. As you can tell from those in-hand pics, there's a lot of little details that you're not going to see on your average Air Max 90, which is the reason why I wanted to get my hands on this particular sneaker, so I could bring that to y'all and then maybe help you figure out whether this is a sneaker that you're interested in or not. And actually, I'm trying to find that out for myself as well. But before we get any further, help me out with the like, and if you're not subscribed to the team yet, go ahead and click that button down there. Help me out with that. But enough of that, let's go ahead and talk about this particular sneaker that, again, has a lot of little nuances that you're not gonna see on your average Air Max, which I'm excited to really take a look at. This is part of Nike's Move to Zero campaign, which I believe the end goal of that is to use all recyclable material to produce a sneaker. So I don't think this is all completely reusable material, but the majority of the sneaker is in fact recyclable material. So they're doing their part to, I guess, help out with the environment. When it comes to this, I'm just more interested to see how those reusable materials really look in hand, the quality on them, and again, those little particular details. But let's go ahead and unbox and see for ourselves what these little nuances really look like. So let's get to it. All right, ladies and gents, here is that box. And as mentioned, this is part of that initiative that Nike's doing to move to zero. So we see that right away on the box. I'm assuming that the box is recyclable material because if you guys can tell, I'm not sure if the camera can pick that up, but the box is a little messed up. It's a little beat up, but if it is all recyclable material, if it is all reusable, then I'm all for it. And this is straight from Nike, so it's not from StockX or from a reseller. So this is how you're gonna get these sneakers. Take a look at the box. You're also not going to see any of that shoe paper or any extra material that you would normally see on your typical drop. So right away we're seeing a few differences there. But here they are, ladies and gents, the Air Max 90 Air Sprung. So right away, one of the things that caught my eye on one of the nuances on this sneaker, here right above the midsole, we typically have the Air Max logo, and on this iteration, we see Air Sprung right there, where we normally would see that Air Max logo. Another major detail that caught my eye is back there in the rear of the sneaker, where you would normally see that Nike Air sign. We now have a logo a image of a mushroom. Again, keeping with that Air Sprung theme. Now I believe it is removable, so let's go ahead and see if we can take it off. And actually it's not removable. There's stitching here in the back. So it's not what I thought it would be initially. I thought it would be a removable item there in the back, and I figured that maybe Nike would provide other images that we can go ahead and put there in the back, but that is not the case. It's not a complaint, just an observation. So something else that we see here in the mudguard, right above the midsole, we see a sort of cloth-like material. It's linen. So there's that. Also part of the upper here, in the more whitish portion of the sneaker, it's tumbled leather. It's a different type of leather. I don't want to say it's a different type of leather. It sort of feels cloth-like too, but it has that sort of look of leather. I don't think it's actually leather. It's just some sort of synthetic material that gives it that leather look. But unless it's a different type of leather, it's probably synthetic. Something that I personally haven't seen in a sneaker before. Again, it's probably keeping with that Move to Zero campaign. But aside from that, the main reason why I wanted to take a look is because, again, I've never had a Move to Zero sneaker. And what I really liked is sort of the different colors that we'll find in this pair. So you get a sort of monotone look when you just get the brownish and the whitish hues, shades that we get on the sneaker. But those purple and pink accents that we see really come out, really pop out when they're on this sort of simple canvas. So the fact that the purple and the pink are on this sort of brownish, whitish canvas really make them pop out. So that's what I really enjoyed about this sneaker. Most importantly though, to me, I want to see how it actually looks on feet. So let's go ahead and bring that to you. We're going to lace these up, put them on feet, and then we're going to come right back and talk about whether I like this sneaker, how it compares to other Air Maxes in terms of quality, because again, one would assume because it's recyclable material, reusable material, that we were not going to see the same quality that we see on your typical Air Max 90. So I'm going to go ahead and take a deeper dive into this myself, and then I'll bring you back what I think about the sneaker, the sizing, and my final verdict. So let's go ahead and get to that. We'll be right back. Come along, and I'll see you in a bit. All right, fam, there you have it. Thank you for joining. Another Air Max in the books. A little disappointed in terms of quality, but I guess this is why I did this review. I really wanted to get one of these Move to Zero silhouettes and see how it really looks, how it compares to those previous Air Max 90 drops. And again, the quality is definitely not there. The structure is a little different, but I think there's definitely room for improvement. Nike still hasn't perfected this, and there's been items with recyclable material in the past, like Jordan 1s and other silhouettes where that I'm not really a huge fan of. And again, this applies here too, but it's still a solid sneaker, one that I'm happy to have in my collection. Definitely a beater pair for me, but I can't really ask for much more in a beater pair than this. So I'm not disappointed. In fact, it's a little bit of a pleasant surprise, but it's definitely not a surprise when it comes to quality. I mean, what can you expect when it is reusable material? But let's go ahead and close this out. I hope you liked the video. Before we close out, this is true to size, so go true to size if in fact you're gonna go for this sneaker. I think you might still be able to find it on the Nike app, but that's that. Let's go ahead and close this out. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out.